A new day is starting. I'll find Babu. I'm sure that Leonardo's telescope can reveal other things. It's locked. I'll never open. The Path of Pleasures. If I'm not mistaken, the room in which I sleep is just behind this wall. Leonardo was definitely a man who was fond of mysteries. It looks as if Saturnance uncovered a trapdoor while cleaning. The marks on this plate are too clear to be there by chance. I need some light-coloured powder to show them up. These signs must have a meaning, but what? I'll note them down, one never knows. Leonardo obviously used this press to print the plates he made. If I find some paper, I should be able to do likewise. perfect, but it's not hot enough. Good morning, madam.
Good morning, Valdo. You can call me Babu. Madame is too formal and Marie is too sweet. My friends call me Babou.
The king too?
Yes, the king too. Do I detect a hint of jealousy?
Perhaps, I admit. Have you used the telescope?
Yes, it's fascinating, but I haven't succeeded in pointing it elsewhere. It hardly moves and seems stuck.
It's not surprising, it hasn't been used for years. I'll see if I can fix it. Have you used the telescope?
Yes, it's fascinating, but I haven't succeeded in pointing it elsewhere. It hardly moves and seems stuck.
It's not surprising, it hasn't been used for years. I'll see if I can fix it. It seems jammed. That's strange. It seems that Leonardo adjusted the telescope to look towards the inside of the room.
Yes, you're right. I thought he preferred to watch the sky.
I can't see very much, just part of the drawing hanging on the wall. Leonardo wasn't the type of man to do things randomly, especially when it came to his machines.
That's true. Perhaps the drawing is hiding something.
Was it there before your arrival?
Yes, in exactly the same place.
I'll take a closer look at it. I didn't know about this facet of his character. Leonardo was far more mysterious and secretive than I thought.
Indeed, he was a very secretive man. He liked making up puzzles, riddles, and all kinds of mental games.
Do you know whether he was interested in alchemy?
Not to my knowledge. From what the king told me, he was rather dubious about it, calling it the work of charlatans. It's rather a shame. I've long been interested in the works of alchemists, and I'm sure that a mind such as his could have contributed much to this discipline.
But perhaps he changed his mind.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. Nothing definite, just intuition. That's what I thought. Leonardo used invisible ink to hide a message in this drawing. You're right, Leonardo did use his telescope to look at the sky, but not necessarily the one we thought. The drawing hid a celestial map and a sketch of the telescope. It looks very similar to the one here, but I noticed that the lenses seem to be fixed. Doesn't that remind you of something?
No, but you ought to talk to Saturnin about it. He cleaned this room before I moved in. He might know where they've gone.
I'll go and see. Thank you, Babou. This man really doesn't inspire my trust. According to what he says, he's never set foot in this part of the manor. Saturnin will never let me in. Good day, Saturnin.
Good day, sir. Is your research going well?
Yes, fine. I've just made an interesting discovery in Babou's sitting room, an astronomical telescope built by Leonardo.
Babou? Ah, from what you say, you were able to soften Madame's attitude.
That's enough, Saturnin. From what I understand, you're the one that cleaned her apartments before she moved in. You said you'd never set foot in them.
It was a long time ago, sir. Everything must have changed since. That's why I said nothing to you about it.
Rubbish. You know exactly which of Leonardo's works are in her apartments, but you prefer to lie as usual.
You're very hard on me, sir. It's normal not to tell a stranger what a lady's apartments contain.
What a fine soul. While we're about it, Babu and I think that 2 circular lenses that should be fixed to the telescope are missing.
And you think I have them?
Precisely, Saturnin, and Madame de la Bordesière would very much like to recover them.
You're cunning, sir. If Madame wants them, I can't easily refuse. However, I'm really sorry, but I don't have anything like what you've described.
I'm sure he's not telling the truth.
Thank you very much, sir. It's delicious.
I'm delighted you like it.
I suppose you must have need of me to be so friendly.
I'm sure that by trying to remember harder, you could find those lenses that I was talking about.
I doubt it, but if you really want to stir my memory, it'll take more than a few drops of brandy.
Really, he always wants more. As long as I haven't found anything else for him to drink, I'm afraid he won't give anything away. Saturnin will... It looks as if it's ready.
Thank you very much. You're really too kind.
I'm not sure I should do that. Don't let him out of your sight, Saturnin. I want to know exactly how far he's progressed at our next meeting. What's all this about? Who would want to have me spied on? And what's Saturnin doing in this affair? I must find out the truth about this matter. I've got enough for the time being. I've got enough for the time being. I found a worrying message at Saturn's.
Really? What does it say?
I think he's hired to watch me.
Watch you? But why? And above all, for whom?
I haven't any idea.
Unless you're hiding something from me, I can't see the point of spying on you. You're anxious for nothing. I'm sure you misunderstood the message.
Perhaps I should tell her the real reason for my being here. No, it would be rash. There's no question of her evicting me just as I'm getting close to the goal. First, look for the stars. Then find the Philosopher's Stone. And the path to power will open up before you. First, look for the stars. Then find the Philosopher's Stone, and the path to power will open up before you. First, seek the stars, then find the Philosopher's Stone, and the path of power will open up before you.
The Philosopher's Stone. He spoke of the Philosopher's Stone. I don't believe it. He found it. You're right. Leonardo obviously practiced alchemy, and the Philosopher's Stone is here.
Perhaps, but don't let's celebrate too quickly. The riddle above all speaks about stars.
First, seek the stars. Yes, that's right. He insisted on the order of events. But you do realize, Valdo, the Philosopher's Stone.
I know, Babu, but don't worry. If it's here, I'll surely find it. In the meantime, I must discover to what the constellation I saw in the telescope corresponds.
What did it look like?
A lozenge topped by a fifth star.
The Lyre, Valdo. I'm sure it was the constellation of Lyre. Perhaps Leonardo's celestial globe contains the solution to this part of the riddle.
I found a worrying message at Saturn's.
Really? What does it say?
I think he's hired to watch me.
Watch you? But why? And above all, for whom?
I haven't any idea.
Unless you're hiding something from me, I can't see the point of spying on you. The only viable reason must be the Philosopher's Stone, but only you and I know that it might be here. You're anxious for nothing. I'm sure you misunderstood the message.
If you say so.
Thank you, Your Majesty. This celestial globe is a real masterpiece.
I knew that it would please you. It's a gift from Henry, the King of England. If you look closely at it, you'll see that it's not just a globe.
It's a secret box. And in it I shall place one of the keys that will protect the passage.
It's a very good idea. And what about the stone?
All in good time, Your Majesty. The most urgent matter is to protect the path that leads to your castle. Then I promise you I shall look into these alchemical whims.
You are alone in daring to speak to me like this, Leonardo. Whims, you say?
Indeed, Majesty. You are my friend, and as such, I must speak to you frankly, whatever the cost. You should not desire the impossible, Francois. There, that is what I'm trying to tell you.
Leonardo definitely had the courage of his convictions. He spoke of the path that leads to the king's chateau, the path of power. It's the door of the underground passage to which the riddle refers. The medallion that I've just found is one of its keys, and the Stone of the Wise should give me the other one. The globe has opened. It was really magnificent. I wonder where Leonardo got the idea for a hiding place.
He was overflowing with imagination.
I find a medallion inside the globe. I've succeeded in decoding the first part of the riddle, though I don't know where all this is going to take me.
To the Philosopher's Stone. Who knows, that would be marvellous.
Then seek the Philosopher's Stone. I wonder what Leonardo could have invented to hide it.
No idea, but I'm sure you'll find it.
You seem in better spirits than earlier on.
It's been a long time since I tasted a drink like this.
Is this animal yours?
It's Alcahest, the manor cat.
Alcahest? That's a strange name. Does it mean anything in particular?
I don't think so.
That name reminds me of something. Does Alcahest's name mean anything to you?
Yes, it's the name of the manor cat. But wait. Alcahest also means Philosopher's Stone.
That's it. Thank you, Babu. That name struck a chord, but I couldn't remember what. Another of Leonardo's enigmas. When he told us to seek the Stone of the Wise, he was in fact speaking of the cat.
If I remember well, he wears a medallion.
It must be the second key to the Path of Power. Somewhere here there's a passage that leads to the King's Chateau, isn't there?
Yes, there's an underground passage, but I don't know how to enter it. However, I'm surprised that you know about it.
Simple intuition, but it's not important. I went down to the cellars. That's where the underground passage must arrive. I'm going back. There's something I must have overlooked. Ah, there you are at last, Alcahest. I hope you haven't eaten all the pigeons. Ah, there you are at last, Alcahest. I hope you haven't eaten all the pigeons. I thought I'd never find you, pussycat. Thank you, Alcahest. I hope this medallion will finally open the passage for me.